And I promise you, if you just don't walk away and you just want to fight, I'll come back every year and fight with you. Thanks very much.
George Pickens, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, the band's just about to come on. We've got a band just to do one song and then I'm going to wrap up the afternoon from there. Please don't go. Give George another round of applause. Would you please welcome, ladies and gentlemen, just for your entertainment, Max 22.
What have we got here?
I wrote this song just for you guys. It's called Rock Kick Jump, and I want you to clench your fist right now and put your right hand up in the air for me. Wow. Every single one. All right. 100,000, loving it.
I haven't seen this before.
When you're ready. Maestro.
I mean, what a privilege, huh? One thing I was really worried about was the crowd getting into it, and straight away. Awesome.
South's President George Pickens intends to continue his fight against the NRL and News Limited.
And then you subpoena them, and then you get them to open the books, and you see who's been fair dinkum.
One of the most famous clubs of all, South Sydney. 20 premierships in a battle for survival.
We're not going to go alone. We're going to ride the storm and we're going to stick together.
Hi, I'm Max from Max 22, and you're watching Australia's #1 video show, Video Hits.
Can't explain what it is you do. What I do, no, baby, wanna be with you.
Where do I start? Okay, let's start at the beginning. I'm sitting on my couch one morning and I put on Video Hits.
Let me say yeah!
And this song come on, Too Unlimited, No Limits.
No limits, we'll reach for the
Sky, no valley too deep, no mountain too high. One of those cheesy pop Euro songs where it had the guy who's the MC and then the girl singing the girl stuff and the guy doing the MC stuff. And I'm sitting there, I thought, I could do that. I went to the local record store and I started looking at all the types of songs that I liked and if there's anyone in Australia, and I looked at a few Kylie Minogue CDs and it had this guy's name kept on popping up, Sam Panetta, Sam Panetta, Sam Panetta. I went and registered a company, 2 Up Records, 2 Up Records. Rang him up, g'day Sam, it's Justin here from 2 Up Records. Got a new artist I want to introduce you to. He'll fly down and start writing music with you. This guy's going to be the latest. Just a mirage. Sam went, oh yeah, okay, great. So I went down, knocked on the door. Hey, I'm the artist that my boss was talking about. Anyhow, we started writing music and literally I came away with that. I ended up moving down to Melbourne for about 3 months after I got the bug. We wrote about 20 songs, of which 19 of them are still collecting dust. So one hit wonder. Not even a hit really, if I'm to be honest. But we did have the #1 played video clip of the year in Video Hits, which was really bizarre. So I beat J-Lo that year, you know. And I had no experience whatsoever. I went from sitting on a couch to having a win a date competition in Dolly magazine. Oh my God. Sam made a suggestion for someone to come along and do some backup vocals. I opened up the door, didn't quite jerry at the time as to who it was, but I knew that I knew her. But that was Natalie Miller from Young Talent Time. I was gunning for Danny Minogue, but you know, I shouldn't say that. But yeah, so Natalie Miller turned up and so yeah, she helped us do the track and all that sort of stuff. Amazing voice. So we got signed to a record company, Transistor. So I was the second artist after Vanessa Amorosi. So if you remember that Vanessa Amorosa song, absolutely everybody. No, you wouldn't remember that because you were 4. They ended up doing a slow version of Gonna Miss Your Love, which is a bit of a love ballad. So of course, next thing I find myself, I'm that guy in white linen running along a Balinese beach into the arms of a Swedish supermodel, rolling around in slow motion, you know, with the waves popping up. It was just so cut and paste. It was fun, so funny when I think about that, you know, I was one of those guys back then. We had to kind of come up with a name. I didn't have a name, we just started writing music and doing things and all that sort of stuff, meeting with record companies. And Max 22 was basically the volume dial on my Marantz home hi-fi system. And it went from min 0 to max 22. That was in '98 when I came up with that name. The video clip was reshot after the record company didn't like the ballad and they wanted to pump it up, make it more of a dance song. So back to 2 Unlimiteds, you know, got that sort of vibe to it. We had a designer design all these costumes. And one of the costumes I had was a full white jumpsuit almost, with zippers all over it and Max 22 belt buckles and all that sort of thing. Of course, in 2001, Max's costume got knocked off by Mark Wahlberg in that movie Planet of the Apes. True story, check it out.
On video, there's bunnies everywhere. You're gonna hate it, but go out and buy it, because if you go out and buy it, and everyone goes and buys it, it'll creep up the ARIA charts, and it'll be a #1 sensation across the country, and everyone will see the bunnies, and that's what we're gonna do. Go the bunnies, thanks for hanging around.
So my grandmother, Iris, she grew up in Hannon Street in Maroubra. She was a Mad Bunnies fan, and Nan used to take me to the games when they were at Redfern Oval. And then, so it was just part of the culture, part of what I grew up with. Nan worked at DJs and she even used to wear a little South thing on her little uniform at DJs. So she was mad. When South got kicked out of the competition, Nan had passed away by then and it was kind of like messing with my nana, you know? And she had one of those pianos where you used to put the rolls in and the piano would play itself. And that was all draped in South stuff. And the whole place was just drenched in it. So yeah, no, it was definitely like that. And I think a lot of people felt that way. If you think about the South's fight back, you know, and what happened is it was a real working class swell of anger, right? I mean, there's certain things you just don't mess with. And one of those things is Souths. Morally, with the history, with everything behind it, with all the successful statistics behind the club, and something that's just that ingrained in rugby league, do you really go and mess with that just to try and make a profit? With hindsight, we were the canary in the coal mine.
Go the Panthers, eh?
Just make sure you're up close when you see the try. And then it'll slide along with just.
For sure.
I remember there was talk of a second big march coming up. And I thought to myself, I'd love to help. This would be a great opportunity to potentially maybe write a bit of a theme song, a bit of a fight back song and all that sort of stuff. Get that sort of war cry happening. But I needed permission from the board. So I got in touch with George and I said, look, this is who I am and this is what I'm doing. And I'd like to have a crack at writing a bit of a theme song for the day, and that could potentially be a theme song, you know, for the club. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Glory, Glory to South Sydney. But, you know, that's not going to get the crowd whipped up into a frenzy. So that was the whole plan. So I contacted the board and I asked for sort of 10, 15 minutes as an audience. They said yes. So I was back on a plane down to Melbourne with Sam, and we just started writing a song, and I sort of visualised being there on the day in front of 10,000, 20,000 people or whatever it was. There was 80,000 people. Like, you know, in excess numbers. Aussie, 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 oi, oi, oi was kind of a thing. We just had the Olympics. So we wanted to put some ois in the song. So I visualised, you know, everyone coming along with the song instantly. Oi, oi, oi. So I asked everyone to put up their hands, clench their fists. I started the song. I was super nervous because I wanted the crowd to sort of get into the song. Oi, oi. And they did. And to see literally 80,000 people going oi, oi like this was just such a relief. The rest of the song was a joy to sing. from that point onwards.
7 days ago, I was driving down George Street and I was listening to George Piggins on the radio talk to John Laws from TUE, and I heard how flat he was after the decision. Got me really primed up, and I'm dead set so proud to be an Aussie at the moment. This is more than rugby league. It's a problem we've got in Australia. We've got to stop. We're not going to let anyone kick us down. So thank you very much. Take it easy. Go the Bunnies.
We had a couple of cracks at it, so we did some fundraisers. I think there was probably 300 or 400 people there. Then the next one was obviously the big day, the big fight back, in front of 80,000 people. And the last one we did a simulcast on Channel 10 at Parramatta Football Stadium in front of a packed crowd, and it went live simulcast throughout all of Australia. And there would have been millions and millions of people that got to hear the song and got to see the little bunnies dancing and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, I feel like I did my part.
He had these really amazing girls that danced with him.
Had these lovely girls on stage with him. You know Max 22?
So back then I didn't have a son. Now I've got a son, so I'll just say a little message to Cooper. Coop, sometimes your dad can teach you what not to do instead of what to do. So we had a casting at at the Sefton Playhouse. So there was a friend of mine, there was a contact, and she had some friends there, so we went to the Sefton Playhouse and had our casting session at the Sefton Playhouse. Is that place still even exist? The whole idea behind the song was to get people to buy it so it could chart, and if it charts, obviously it gets played more. If it gets played more, it gains more revenue, and that money would be pumped back into the club for the fight back. So that was, again, my promise to the board, that I would do anything I possibly could. Strange thing happened at the time. The record company that I was involved with was on credit hold on the West Coast, and the way songs used to chart back then is they were registered through sales in the record stores. West Coast couldn't get stock. The first song only charted really well in the East Coast, but not the West Coast. One thing led to another. The song didn't get released, which was a shame. One of the most promoted songs that never got released. It was a shame. Because if we got 10% of those 80,000 people to go and spend, whatever it was to buy a single back then, I think it was like $2 or $3. Would have charted #1, and then it would have got picked up by radio stations, and then, away we go. That was the whole idea, to draw as much attention. See, the South fight wasn't just the South fight, it was a fight in general. Nothing lasts forever. Never take anything for granted. That's what the South fight was all about. Messing with working class people and their shit. Max 22, you know what? He got disenfranchised with the whole game after that, and to be honest, I got a bit sort of bored with the whole scenario. I had a family business to resurrect, so I got stuck into work here. There has been talk that Max was going to blow the cobwebs off the song and give it a revitalise, get it a little bit more modernised. I'd do it if South wanted me to do it. So if South can get a little bit of interest on that, I'd do it for fun. I'd have to hit the gym though, so that's the only problem. Still got it. Max has still got it, not me. My problem is I think I can do anything, so yeah, probably. Who knows?